Hey, I woke up this morning kind of thinking about my phone a little bit and how it's got so many distractions, and it's basically this opportunity to be distracted over and over again and have time be drained, be spun off in these different directions of rabbit trails, watching videos or Instagram reels or whatever, and playing games, right? You name it. It has this interface where I can turn off the screen with a button. I can, I can like have to unlock my phone with my fingerprint or my pin code. But um, I wanted to think through what if our phones could be more layered than that. Like when you pick it up, it it you know you it's super locked, and you only have the option to like make emergency calls, and but you have to like play a little game or something, or talk to, kind of like go through a waiting room process to get into your phone, like a small 5 second type of waiting room or 3 second type of waiting room. You can configure yourself, right? So this isn't like a configurable layered steps, and each of these, and maybe it's like a waiting room and then a layer, and then this layer you can make calls, text messages, but you don't have any of the apps, right? And then in the next layer after the next waiting room, you have like more apps, more essential apps and stuff. And then the third layer down, you have like your socials and your games and stuff. And each one of those, it's like, I think of those like Zen apps and those meditation and sleep apps that have the sounds and like the um, scenery, nature scenery. I imagine like some kind of thing like that layers into the OS of the phone, and lets you kind of be stuck in these more healthy places. So, you're maybe on the first layer down, it's just text and calls, and then like a super minimalistic interface like you see in those simple phones that are sold that only have text, email, and maybe driving directions. Like that too, yeah, driving directions. But like even an ultra minimalized version of Google Maps that doesn't have, because even Google Maps can be like throw all these different directions. It has the advertisements and it has the pictures. I don't know, Google Maps. They're all designed. All those apps are designed to like, kind of override your mammalian brain, and that simple phone interface that you see people using. I don't know what those phones are called, but they have just the text, like it's just black and white. It looks like a Kindle almost. That's what would be the first layer down. And the zero layer zero, the like the lock screen, just be like the current lock screen kind of, but maybe with less. Maybe I don't know about the messaging that pops. Yeah, you can obviously. That's another question, is like what notifications, etc. I didn't like think that through, but yeah. So just like a process of layering down through access. It just feels like the phone companies and the man, as it were, the Android, the Apple, the powers that be, that Samsung and what, of course, Apple and Samsung, the two main ones, and other companies that make phones. It just doesn't think I don't think their interests are aligned to do this for us. So like, how do we let as the people of the internet, how do we let people know? How do we let Apple and Samsung know that we demand this? We demand our mental health to be properly incentivized in these devices, right? And I think that's a big part of just moving the world one tick in the better direction. So coming to the theme, just kind of tying this into the theme of the channel. Yeah, part of what I'm going to do on this channel is just share a lot of ideas that I have, and when I have them, like this one. And it's not that I think probably many people are having the same idea. So the question is, how do we get the operative question? Because I know other people can have this idea how to make a phone less, of an addiction trap, right? A scroll trap, and a baiting tool that advertisers and marketers are just having their way with us. we don't want that's gross, and it feels gross. And like that's what it feels like when you've scrolled for 45 minutes and accomplished nothing, and you didn't even plan to do that. Um, I know I'm not the only one, right? Like you just feel, you want the device that's gonna, instead of incentivizing you to keep scrolling, because I know now I'm getting down into the weeds of the specific app. So yeah, look, think about the socials. The socials aren't motivated to really care for our needs either. Like they want you to keep scrolling. Ultimately, it's their marketing dollars, right? And but the real healthy thing would be like maybe it lets me scroll for 5 minutes, and then it's like, hey, I'm gonna start showing some stuff that's less interesting, or like even showing stuff, content that's directly there to assist you getting out of your phone. I've seen those types of reels pass through my feed and or whatever, Instagram and YouTube shorts, and I really appreciate them. People shorts that are designed like, hey, you know, what are you doing? You're in a cognitive addictive kind of trance right now. Break out of it, type of thing. And like the company, X and Meta. I don't know. I don't use TikTok, but TikTok, they aren't incentivized to do this for us. But we need this. Like the people of the internet, the people of the world, right? We need this so we can get back to nature, back to the natural ways of life, the things that matter, interpersonal connection, right? Stuff that's easier to say than to make it, but yeah, to do. But the these phones, they're right. So just please in the comments if you could just think through, um, how do we as the consumers influence the market? And I'll give my answer, which is that it's in the heart. We have to, we kind of desire in some way this distraction. I think we've allowed it. We desire that next dopamine hit. And it's like sincerely reflecting on what's going on and then realizing we're being co opted, right? And then having that corporate desire of human consumers that have phones, which is, obviously billions and billions of people. I don't know the number, but the majority of the earth, I think, has a phone or something like, I don't know what the number is, but uh, you know, why are we all co-opted? And it's a super small percentage of humans, and they're not even. It's not evil people who are like trying to harm us. It's just people doing their jobs, marketing people, people writing algorithms, people, um, you know, looking at revenue for these companies. They're they're not. They're just doing their thing. So it's not. That's just the way that capitalism works, right? And that's what we have to think about is how do we get out of this? And I'm not saying capitalism is the problem, but that's the way that markets. The market is incentivized to just co-opt us and use us for advertising dollars, and for our attention um, is what's being. Yeah, I had this picture like our attention is what's getting drained, like like a bad cheap battery on a phone. We want to replace our. We want to protect that. We want to protect that charge of our attention, and we want our attention to be full and ready for the things that really matter in life, right? Okay, well, I've been going on for a while. I'll get on to my next thing. I think I have to take the clothes out of the dryer, out of the washer. So, all right. Thanks for watching this, and peace.